authentically presented luxury. This really warms my heart. This reset that we're in, this shift that is transpiring, and we've been in a space of shifting for quite some time. That's just the energy of the collective, at least for the past 5 years, as far back as the pandemic, when it was actually noticeable. Of course, there were people who had already began shifting. My entire set of principles that I work from were from a shift that began occurring for me well over a decade ago. So I'm not saying that women have not always been having this level of awareness and shifting in their lives, but as a collective, it's happening at a mass space, in that so many people are doing it at the same time that there is nothing that you can do but notice it. It's so noticeable at this time. Whereas before people could quietly, go through their shifts, I'm seeing so many people saying that they're wanting to rebrand. And I'm only going to speak lightly about that for this particular share, just by saying that rebranding is not your website logos and pretty pictures. And if you brand properly in the beginning, your brand will evolve with you. You won't have to rebrand every 6 months or every few years or every year. I mean, I've been seeing people say they've only been in business 10 months and they are looking to rebrand. The definition of branding has been misconstrued in the marketplace, but that's for a completely different share. But I want to talk about how good it feels to hear women choose alignment over this false sense of luxury. Now, if you follow me for any amount of time, you know that abundance mindset is one of my core ways of teaching. Abundance mindset, personal growth, and business building. And so I am always for women earning a lot of money. I believe that when women have a lot of money, it shifts the trajectory of the entire world, because we do great things with money. We help people. We just money in the hands of healthy women is a beautiful thing for the collective. So I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is there is this false sense of luxury that has been presented for quite some time, and people are learning just that it is a falsehood. And they were choosing, the hustle culture and hustling. I've been saying for a decade, hustling doesn't make you rich, it makes you tired. But they've been choosing that route and just, all these quick fixes for cash and things of that nature over alignment. Now, many of my clients 3 to 5x their business in under a year. I've had clients triple their income in 1 week, increase their business by 30% in 3 weeks. So it happens quicker, sooner, and simpler in the Renew community. But I'm not talking about these schemes, and I hate to even say schemes, but that's what came up. But these ideas that have been presented where, yes, the cash is earned, but it's not sustainable. Like the way that they're building is not sustainable. And I want to say today that it's beautiful to see women who are choosing alignment over this false sense of luxury, which means they're going back to the drawing board and building from within. Here at Renew Full Circle, if you just hear the name of my consulting business, we build from the inside out. It's a full circle event. I believe that your business doesn't grow any greater than you're willing to grow personally. And those are internal things. That's the inner work that actually makes you grow. And it's so beautiful to see women stepping into that space and then understanding that once they get there, that they actually can create higher levels of wealth because of the alignment. That's my take on today. Women are choosing alignment over this false sense of luxury, and I love it. I am Tanya Wilson, also known as the Growth Strategist, business consultant, and mindset coach. I support women just like you to step into their personal power, scale their business, and create lifestyles they love. I am hosting 3D Brand Masterclass. It is the ultimate intimate coaching and consulting space on branding. 3D branding. I've coined the 3D branding, and it is branding that is about alignment. When you Stop thinking that your brand is your website, logos, and pretty pictures, and understanding that branding is an internal process that actually happens. When you brand properly, you don't have to keep branding every year, every 6 months, every few years, because your brand evolves with you if it was branded properly the first time. Again, your brand is not your website, logos, or pretty pictures. I want you to join us. It's a 4-day opportunity. As soon as you start, you get access to day 1, 2, and 3. And day 4 is a live coaching session and Q&A at the top of the year. I will leave the link in the comments for you to be able to join. The price continuously rises over time. Women are. Be sure to take advantage of the early offer. Peace and abundance.